Hello, let me tell you, I have never been a runner, not as a kid, not as a teenager, and definitely not as an adult. So being overweight most of my life meant any kind of running just turned into a tsunami of skin. And that's not something anybody actually needs to see. If you've been overweight at some stage in your life, you guys know exactly what I mean. So it feels completely strange and something I never thought I'd admit to on this channel, but I have been running. Well, some call it running, some call it walking fast. I'm going to call it walking with intent. To me, it was definitely running and very alien. So clearly, those of you who know me, this one-time event now required the entire kit, of course. I'll put a little picture of my running outfits in the corner there. So of course I need the bright shorts, I need the bright trainers, I need a high-vis top. Basically, I'm now ready to run for Great Britain in the next Olympics. So I've definitely frightened the neighbours, I've scared wild animals and some domestic ones too, and I'll tell you why I've started running. But first, welcome back to the channel. I'm Dicky. I lost some weight, then become obsessed with clinging on to any traces of my youth that I could possibly find, which, while I'm fast approaching 60 now, is becoming a daily battle. New lines, less hair, things leaking that really shouldn't leak, but still forever hopeful. So today's video, of course, is now going to be about supplements, what I've been taking, the effect they've had on me, so why I take them, and which ones might actually be worth taking for men and possibly women, but basically for men after 50 years old. Because let's be honest, if you believe all the marketing, you should be swallowing around about 50 tablets before you even have your breakfast. As we age, our bodies just don't bounce back the way they used to. You lose muscle faster, recovery takes longer, and joints creak like haunted floorboards. And sleep, as you guys know, goes all over the place. Sometimes you have 2 hours sleep, sometimes you have 4, but generally you're peeing throughout the night. Supplements are magic pills. They don't replace food, movement, or sleep, but they can fill gaps or switch on pathways that get sluggish with age. My social feeds have been promoting NMN for some time, to the extent that I'm feeling I should take a look at this. Do I really need it? What's the effects? What does it do? You guys might have been wondering the same, and you might have already done your own research. For a long time, I really didn't care about what was on the outside or the inside of my body. I was massively overweight and completely in denial. But when that switch suddenly happened for me and I decided to lose the weight, I decided to get healthy, I've started taking care of the outer appearance, but I've not looked at what's happening on the inside. Now I'm starting to think about the future, because now it seems I might actually have one. So naturally, I want to be as fit as possible for as long as possible. I've still not been to the gym. That is a hurdle I've still not managed to do. I'm definitely going to do it because I do need to tone up. So yeah, I've lost weight, but there is nothing toned on my body. If I jump, my body's still going for 3 minutes afterwards. So to be honest, I typed into ChatGPT, and the question I asked was, do I need M&M? And it replied, do you mean M&Ms? Which, to be fair, just goes to show that ChatGPT knows me pretty well. And yes, I do actually want some M&Ms now. So once I did establish I did actually mean M&M, the actual answer it came with is no, you don't need it. Which was a bit of a shock, because I've been watching all these marketing videos and seeing all these people having these wonderful effects taking M&Ms. So I was quite surprised at that. It said your body makes NAD, that's the energy currency in your cells. Now, I asked about M&Ms, so I was wondering why it's now talking about NAD. I didn't know that they were related. I don't know whether you guys do, but I didn't know that they were related. NAD, that's the energy currency in your cells. And NMN, I have to be careful not to say M&Ms because I'm actually thinking about it now. NMN is one of the raw ingredients your body uses to make NAD. As we age, NAD drops as you age, and supplements like M&M can actually give it a bump up. But that's not to say that lifestyle changes, sleep, exercise do more than any capsule can. But supplements are definitely an extra credit, but they shouldn't be considered as the main course. So, of course, with all that information in hand, I had to go buy some M&Ms. Sorry, I did buy M&Ms, but I'm talking about M&M. I typed into ChatGPT again, where do I buy the best M&M? I said that right this time, didn't I? Where can I buy the best M&M with the purest source? And it immediately said this company called Do Not Age. Now, Do Not Age, with a name like that, of course, it's a magnet to someone like me who's obsessed with aging. And so, yeah, definitely went to the channel. I bought some NMN capsules. Now, they're not cheap. Yeah, the injections seem really expensive. These capsules, although they claim to me to be one of the purest forms of M&M, wasn't cheap. It's £64 for a month's supply of these capsules. I paid it and I used it. And after a month, when I was ready to renew, I felt different. I definitely had more energy. And that's when I was out on one of my walks. So I just had my walking gear, my hiking boots on. I actually started running in my hiking boots, and not for very far. I mean, it was probably less than 30 seconds in reality. It felt like I'd run a marathon, but to me, it was probably about 30 seconds, possibly a minute if I'm pushing it. But I'd started running, and I suddenly realized that I could actually run, and I had the energy to do it. So I carried on walking, then I ran a bit, I walked, I ran a bit, and yeah, this is a revelation to me, because when I said I've never been a runner, I'm not lying. As a kid, teenager, adult, I've never run. School sports days, things like that, I would fake illnesses so I didn't have to run. Yeah, this is a big thing for me. So initially, of course, I put it down to my very late arrival of a midlife crisis, but something definitely clicked in me where I wanted to run, and my body was telling me, you've got the resources to do it, and I'm definitely putting it down to the M&N. So I gave the company a call at Do Not Age, because I figured if something is good, more must be better. So I'd already ordered another batch of M&M. Let me demonstrate. When your order arrives, you get this little booklet, and in this little booklet is all of the supplements that they sell. Interestingly, they don't do a multivitamin. It's strange that. Anyway, and if you read this book, read it without your credit card or payment bank card or whatever close by, because everything screams out you need it, and I will demonstrate. So I'm just scrolling through this little booklet, and I've picked one. I'll point to the top left hand one, and this is, see, over 50, reading glasses on. Pure berberine. So I've never heard of pure berberine before. Let's see if I need it. So it activates AMPK and regulates healthy blood sugar levels. Well, I need healthy blood sugar levels. It helps to support healthy cholesterol and blood pressure. Now, definitely want healthy cholesterol and healthy blood pressure, and helps to maintain a healthy metabolism and heart. Yep, I want that as well. Everything in this book you will say that you want, and so you have to be really careful about what it is you're going to take, because these things aren't cheap. Let me reframe that. You can buy cheap ingredients and cheap products. Do Not Age is a company that are actively researching supplements that will help you not age as fast. So they're doing the research, they are manufacturing the product, and they're sourcing the ingredients, and they're very, very keen on sourcing the purest of ingredients. It is a relatively small company. So yeah, I've bought some other ingredients, but what do we actually need? Because we don't need everything in that booklet, or you might need them. I don't know. I don't know you. So what should a bloke in his late 50s actually take? And let's start with the basics, the ones with the most evidence. So vitamin D. If you live in the United Kingdom, you can almost guarantee that during the summer, Monday to Friday, when you're in the office, we will have some sunshine. Come the weekend, come 6 o'clock on a Friday, just before the weekend starts, you can guarantee it will be miserable and raining until Monday morning. So we lack the sunshine. So vitamin D is bottled sunshine. So especially for guys in the UK where the sun's basically a rumour, vitamin D helps bone, muscle, immune health, and even mood. As we get older, a lot of our moods, a lot of us older guys get grumpy and miserable. So mood is a definitely interesting one to watch out for. Next one is omega-3. So unless you are Greek, you're probably not eating oily fish twice a week. Most men in the UK, I can say, don't eat a lot of fish. I was never brought up on fish. Fish and chip supper, once a week maybe. but we wouldn't generally have oily fish as a meal throughout the week. I guess things are changing, but for me, it wasn't a thing. So definitely omega-3 is an important one. Omega-3 helps your heart and it helps your brain function properly. And the next one is magnesium. So we've had vitamin D, omega-3, and now we're on magnesium. Now magnesium helps us old fogies sleep. And since taking magnesium, I am getting at least 3 or 4 hours uninterrupted sleep a night, which for me is pretty good. So it helps with sleep, it helps muscles, and it helps with energy. But this is where I slipped up a little bit taking my vitamins, because magnesium, it must be magnesium. Did you know there's like 8 to 10 different types of magnesium? I had no idea. So of course I went out and bought the wrong one. And instead of sleeping, I was buzzing like a downed amphetamines. And I was young once, so I know what that feels like. Magnesium glycinate is the one for calm and sleep. Get that wrong and you'll be starting DIY projects at 3 in the morning, like I did. B12. So this is the last one on the supplements that you should be taking as you get older. So B12, this naturally drops as you get older. Now, I actually do take injections every 3 months. So I go to the doctors. Obviously, I get this for free because I live in the UK, but I go to the doctors and they inject me with B12 because mine is quite low and 3 months is key for me. As I get towards the end of that 3 months, I can already tell that I'm getting foggy. I suppose I could describe it as foggy, where I don't concentrate on things as well as I could do. After getting the jab, I do feel sharp again. And so it is definitely, if you are over 50, it's definitely worth checking if your B12s are right for you. Now, I did actually contact Do Not Age. I sent them an email and they came back to me the same day. I said, look, I'm thinking about doing a video on supplements for guys over 50. Any chance of a bit of a discount? And they said, sure. Why don't you just pick 2 products and we'll send them out to you and let us know if you need anything else. And so, yeah, I went through the book and naturally I picked the 2 most expensive products and I bought a couple of extra things as well, which I will now explain. And I'll tell you the effect that they have had on me. So I bought a SIRT6 Activator. Now this is £76 a month. I'll just say that again, £76 a month. Who has £76 a month on supplements? So yeah, £76 a month. Anyway, this is one of the special supplements that Do Not Age are quite well known for. So the site claims it's for DNA repair, it boosts energy, reduces inflammation and promotes longevity. Now the science on this, and they are doing plenty of their own research and science, but the science is mostly based on mice at the moment, but it's having some really positive effects on reducing the biological age of mice. But it's still being researched on the effects that it has on human. But hey, I am a sucker for anti-aging breakthrough marketing supplements. So I'm definitely pleased. I've been taking these. I've been taking them for about a month now, and I'll come back to how I'm feeling later on. The next product I tried is called Fisetin, and it is £76. And this is to clear out zombie cells from the body. So cells which are no longer required or broken down. It's really great for supporting memory, again for reducing inflammation. Again, this is quite early science, but I have been giving it a go for a month and I will come back to you how I'm feeling right now. When you're spending £76 a month on a product, on a supplement, you're going to probably want a crystal container with a gold cap. Don't be expecting any of that. They come in these really cheap plastic containers, which is a little bit of a disappointment. I also purchased from them the Collagen Peptides. That comes in a powder. You take a scoop, you put it in your smoothie in the morning. I love my smoothie in the morning. Put it in your smoothie, you don't even know you're taking it. But this gives you better skin elasticity. So those fine lines that I worry so much about, they're going to benefit from that. Better hydration, and you'll see the results in this in 8 to 12 weeks. And the science is much stronger on this one. So this is a proven kind of supplement. You take collagen and peptides and you are going to see the benefits, and the science is there to support that. You're going to feel less joint stiffness. It promotes stronger bones with long-term use, and you're going to get better, shinier hair, skin, nails, the lot. And so, yeah, I've been taking that probably about 6 weeks now, and I've just ordered a container. The last supplement that I took, for me, this has been a game changer, but for a completely different reason, is the probiotic. It's been a game changer for me, and not just me, and I'll tell you why. So gut health, digestion, a lot of ailments will come from your gut. Your gut will also have an impact on your mood. And let's just say the mood of my family, my work colleagues, anybody I come into contact, is probably going to be a lot better since I have been taking probiotic. Because before I took this, I had a bit of a wind problem. And after taking this, the results were pretty immediate actually. Probably after 2 weeks, I was not trumping all the time, constantly. If ever I don't have enough money to buy these probiotics, you can rest assured that my work colleagues will probably start a GoFundMe page in order for me to continue on probiotics. Gut health has so many benefits, and get it wrong, it can be responsible for many ailments, including poor mood. And thankfully, it's one of the cheaper products. I forgot to put down how much it was, but I believe it's £20. The product is £20, so it's one of their cheaper products. And still a considerable amount for a supplement, but it's £20. So here is my advice. These supplements have had a profound effect on me. I'm now running a lot further than I was initially, and especially now that I have all the gear, but I am running. I'm enjoying my walks. I've got a mountain bike, which I am really enjoying going out on. Initially very painful, caused a lot of pain down there, but that pain is now subsiding and I'm enjoying doing it. And I've got the energy to do it. I'm the owner of a business, so I get away with an awful lot. But I would go to work, I would do an email, I'd go on Facebook, I'd go on Instagram, I'd do another email, then I would find something else to distract me. I might do a bit of shopping on Amazon or eBay. Something shiny would walk past the desk and that would take my concentration. My concentration was shocking. My focus was shocking. Since I have been doing these supplements, I am not just managing emails anymore. I'm actually going out looking at ways to improve my business. And I've got so much focus now. And it is really strange to say at this age, instead of getting less and less focus, I feel fitter, healthier and more focused than I've ever done in my entire life. And that is a huge statement, but it is entirely true. And I'm putting it down to my fitness, the supplements, the things that I eat. Yes, for me, it has been a huge change. So if you've never looked at supplements, I definitely recommend starting to look at them. And I would definitely recommend to start small. I wouldn't buy all the supplements that I've just told you about there. I would buy maybe 1 or 2 supplements, maybe start with the magnesium to help you sleep, because a good night's sleep, you will start to feel much better. So maybe start with the magnesium. So start with 2 or 3, not 20. Don't be me and go and buy everything at once, because you'll be more likely buying stuff that you don't actually need. We are all different, so you're going to need different stuff to what I've been taking, quite possibly. Try a couple, see if it makes a difference, and who knows, you may even join me in Team Great Britain in the next Olympics. Quality matters. Skip the cheapest products out there. They're going to be full of fillers. They're going to be full of products that you're not going to really need or want. So go to a company that promotes only using the best ingredients. I would highly recommend you taking a look at the Do Not Age website, because they will explain what they're about much better than I could possibly ever do. They've also given me a discount code. If you type in Dicky, you will get 10% off. And you can use that for, buying a single supplement, or you can use that for a subscription. So if you go for a year's subscription, you're getting 10% off that year's subscription. But that said, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of supplement companies out there. And so you really need to do your own research to find a company that you feel confident with, because it is not the cheapest hobby to start. Definitely track how you feel when you take these supplements. What's your energy like? What's your sleep like? What's your focus like? Because you don't want to continue buying them if they're not having a profound effect on you. Before I lost all the weight, I was on cholesterol tablets. I was on blood pressure tablets. I came off all these tablets. A doctor said I don't need them anymore. and now I've started taking all these tablets. So it's a full circle of life for me. And definitely, if like me, you had a number of issues, or you've got another number of issues, it might be worth checking with your GP first to make sure that it's okay to take these supplements. So supplements after 50 aren't about living forever. They're certainly about living right now and the best you can live right now as we age and as we get older. And let's face it, we're all going to get older. I'm now running in my late 50s, very soon to be 60, and I've never had this level of fitness. I walk and run, I cycle every day. Yes, slowly, awkwardly, my knees are screaming, my lungs are doing a Darth Vader impression, but I'm doing it and I am feeling great, and you definitely can as well. And, you know, if a handful of capsules help me get there, I'll take it all day long. I'm definitely still learning about supplements, so please do not be afraid to put in the comments what you're taking and how it's affecting you, because I would love to learn from you guys. And if there's something I've missed from my list there, please do tell me. I am not an expert. 2 months ago, I knew nothing. Now I know a little bit more. So please don't take everything I say as gospel, because I'm still learning. So please do let me know what you guys are taking and what worked for you and what you've taken that maybe hasn't worked for you. If you've got a secret weapon that's giving you or helping you go towards the fountain of youth, please do let me know. I'm dead interested. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Maybe we'll catch up on my next age-defining miracle that I found in some snake oil shop or something. Anyway, thanks guys for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Take care guys, look after yourself, bye.